We're live?
We're
We're
live.
live?
Sorry.
Hi! It's so weird being like the host right now and not being production. It's really weird. Hi everyone. As you can see, we are not playing Horizon's Call today. Instead, we are doing an Invisible one-shot GM list experimental. We're figuring this out as we go. Expect improv, heavy fun times. Anyway, I would like everyone to say hi, who they are, who they're playing, and their character sentence as before we get started. I'll go super quick, super first. I am Mary. You can find me on Twitter, Archmage of Dice. And today I am playing Maria, who uses she, her pronouns, also sometimes goes by M, who is an itinerant empath of the Order of Makers who cages adversaries. Let me look at this overlay. Let's go clockwise, which puts us at Derek.
That's me. Hi. I'm not used to not just talking continuously. Hi, I'm Derek. I'm normally the GM here, but I'm just another player now. I'm playing Ulysses Ness. He uses he, him pronouns. He is an eremitic ardent of the Order of Goetica who provides a vessel for spirits. It's a lot of words. We'll make sense of them soon.
Eva.
Hi, I am Eva. I will do my own command. I am playing Haven today. Any pronouns are fine. Currently leaning she, they, but it's all good. I am a connected gallant of the Order of Weavers who revels in beauty.
And last but not least, Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. You can find me at Mikyl Sandoval on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. I do some art there. Come follow me. I am playing Davion Galeman, he, him pronouns. He is an established empath apostate who eats knowledge.
I think that's all these fortes are so much fun. But anyway,
So good.
Invisible Sun is a surreal fantasy, kind of dark, can be horror if you really want it to, game created by Monty Cook Games, taking place in the surreal world of Satyrine, where we all play as spellcasters who have recently returned from self-exile after a war, which we don't talk about. Before we get started, the core rules of Invisible Sun do have some mature themes that might not be suitable for all viewers. I think the only one that we really need to worry about now is a little smidgen of body horror. But please, as always, your safety is important, and we are all using safety tools behind the screen before, during, after, and if you need to take a break, please do so. We love you and want you to feel comfortable and safe and all of those fun things that make you happy. Am I missing anything?
I think that's it. We're not doing a particular charity. I guess we technically do have our normal pally for Horizon's Call, but this is not a Horizon's Call game, so we don't have to worry
put
about
it in
that.
chat anyway. Kayla deserves good love even if she's not here, so tip us.
So yes, I will throw that out there. If you do enjoy our normal games, Horizon's Call, or this game as well, you can always support this channel, or these players specifically, through Pally. Pally.gg distributes anything that you donate evenly between shares, between all of our players, production staff, our GMs. Typically for one-shots, we like to do charity one-shots. This one has some of our normal players anyway, so the Pally still counts for this one. And this was just kind of a filler as we were taking the week off for Horizon's Call. So definitely, if you appreciate this channel, if you appreciate these players specifically, doing it through Pally predominantly as opposed to doing it through Twitch. If you do either, I tell you what, even now, it'll forward to the next Horizon's Call game. So if you want to impact the next Horizon's Call game, you can donate through this game or anytime through the week. The link is always good.
Give us those black spots, baby.
Oh, yeah.
We need more were sharks.
Turn Acacia into a were creature.
Worse. You all leveled
wanna
up. Were sharks are out of your bounds now.
I want to see what Acacia, our centaur, would look like as a were
I need
animal.
to know.
And how that would work. Were horse. I turn into a horse.
It's just a
Just a straight horse.
it's a double horse.
Just a horse.
I can
it's
see
a horse on
Mikyl
horse.
fascinated by the art prospects, but also dreading it.
Terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified. Also, centaur poses. Like, what are they even?
I'm sorry.
Like anatomy.
I already know-
I
You
think
crushed
them,
we
but
joked
also-
about it, Mary. You and I were like, you were like, oh gosh, and I'm like, what? You're like, anatomy. I'm like, I know,
Anatomy.
right? Yeah.
The
Anyway.
episode title would be "All Opposed Say Nay."
Okay, now we're actually gonna get started with the
Yeah.
one shot.
Please.
Okay, so we take place in Fartown, a pocket district of Satyrine, which houses Visley, the magical folks of Satyrine who can cast magic at a whim, forcing the will of the invisible sun upon reality, creating, destroying, and so on and so forth. Fartown, as always, is in a perpetual autumn, waves of leaves flowing and ebbing across the street, while an individual with their torso, a bird cage, holding just a pear on the inside, walks their pet for the morning or the evening. It's the evening time. That's what we decided on for their evening walk. But we are starting off at a bar called Cafe. It is probably like 7 p.m. in Fartown in Cafe, where we find our protagonists, our Visley, at a half booth, one of the corner ones that are super almost complete circle, because that's the vibe I really like. This place is well dimly lit, very not fancy, but comfortable. Where do we find our players? What is their drink of choice tonight? That's the question. And what are we talking about? I don't want to go first. I just talked, so nose goes.
You know what? I'm in the top corner, so I'm gonna look up 1920s drinks. I have one in mind, but
So what do you look like?
yes, I will start with that. Ulysses is dressed in a green suit. He is a humanoid for the most part, in shape, with several exceptions to that otherwise humanoid form. Being a goetic, that is a Visley that is very good at summoning things, and being someone who is a vessel for spirits, he tends to act as a sort of sanctuary, a hotel, an asylum, whatever word you want to use for it, for several different types of spirits. Some goetics tend to walk the left-hand path, favor their left hand, and consort with demons. Some prefer the right hand to consort with angels. Ulysses is more ambidextrous, as things were, and as he has become this vessel for spirits over the time, as he is trying to learn their voices and their meanings, they have begun to exhibit certain physical extremities in him. For example, his left hand has become twisted and gnarled like burned wood with 3 claws at the end. It has become rather demonic. His right eye has several arachnid additional eyes stretching off to the side. His left eye has feathers branching around in an arc, as a sort of almost feathered crest, and has this gold and black slit eye to it. His right hand has become hairy and animalistic with these very sharp claws to it, but otherwise he keeps himself very orderly, the suit is well-fitting, not overly fancy. He unfortunately doesn't wear a tie, as he does have several fang teeth extending out of his neck and runes glowing down the right side. A little bit of everything in this gentleman. But he sits at the bar and has ordered in an old-fashioned, what I can only imagine in this world, smokes and screams and has an eyeball instead of any other sort of adornment to it. But that is typical and is a good sipping drink to have.
I understand how rounds work. Haven is sipping on a Bellini, I think. The Prosecco probably sparkles a little extra, kind of like liquid fireworks. She is tall, blonde. Their hair is dotted with little butterfly clips that seem very realistic. Could be sometimes they seem to move of their own volition, I will say. And right now they are dressed in a simple jewel-toned suit, kind of a dark blue-green insect carapace sort of shimmery color. That nicely matches some of the colors on the butterflies. Very matchy, I think. Everything's very beautiful, whether it's your taste or not. He doesn't mind.
Mikyl.
Yeah, Davion has a stout whiskey sour, which I feel like is steaming for some reason. Just steam coming up off of it, like it's a hot drink, but it's very cold. He's a medium height, dark skinned, with a round face and a wide nose, short cropped hair with curls on top, and some a pair of black glasses. He has a nice little navy blue vest on, and if you're having problems picturing him, just here you go. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just a very common. But as he's sipping on his drink, he leans over and he's talking to another person at the bar, and they're reading a book. And he's, what are you reading there? Can I take a look at that book? And as they hand over the book, he skims through it for about a minute and hands it back and moves along.
As you hand the book back, there is visible confusion. And then once they're on that person's face, as they open the book, and it's blank.
All pages are blank. And he looks back, and that was a great book. Thank you.
And as how do you say the Devon?
Davion.
Davion. Okay, I was switching the Y and the V. As Davion returns back to the table, someone who is completely opposite of Haven and Ulysses' very Satyrine-esque appearance, is also very plain in comparison, is average height young woman with like brown wavy hair just put into the two pigtails on her sides, and she's wearing like glasses. She has huge bags under her eyes, like she literally hasn't slept in a week, which is the actual case. She is sitting on in the booth with both of her legs slung over Haven's legs as she is sipping on a glass of capital R red wine, which in Invisible Sun, it is essence of the red sun and it burns going down, and you probably should not have more than one or you will take damage.
And what number is she on?
I think she's on glass number 2, so let me just open up my character sheet and take an injury. Let me just take an injury here. It's fine. And she is sipping, and I think this is a good place to pull our first card and inspire where we are going with this conversation and start the game. On the Silver Sun, I have pulled the Compelling Voice. Value of 2 Secrets Raven books in flame. Meanings control, domination, and persuasion. The right voice can command an army. In word or song, the compelling voice bids us to do something we might not do otherwise. It moves us, frightens us, appeals to our sense of reason. Those who master such a technique have a weapon in their arsenal equal to any other. Because the Secrets family is related to books, however, it's worth considering that the voice in question might actually come to the form of a written message. The speaker might be an author instead. Mostly, however, Compelling Voice is considered to be the outsider of the Secrets family. Invisible magic is enhanced if you are a gallant. You have a +1 to your venture until the next card is pulled. So as Davian comes back to the table, Maria looks past him at the very disgruntled person at the bar. Did you just destroy someone's property again?
It was very interesting. I just thought, who comes to a bar to read a book? Honestly.
Reasonable people, Davion.
Well,
Introverts. Massive introverts.
Haven's
you
just
should
going
really
to
be socializing.
sip their drink and keep an eye on the aggrieved party. And maybe call over. You know, I apologize for my friend, but I hear there's a bookstore nearby where maybe you could find a replacement.
It's Fartown. There's bookstores around every fucking corner.
Exactly.
Hopefully it wasn't a tome of lost mysteries or something, Davian.
Oh no, it was a trashy romance novel. I'll get him a replacement. And I hand him a card with my establishment on there, my bookstore that I own, and the first one is on me.
The individual looks at your card, and just gives you the nastiest look, and before turning away and muttering under their breath, bet they just fucking ate my book because to get business in the door. Before leaving.
You did offer
He's not
them a
wrong.
free book.
That's such a skeevy business model.
I
I'm not gonna
know,
lie.
but it works every time.
I think it's
It
kind
is a
of funny.
successful one. I will say Ulysses has kind of had his back to everybody. He absolutely rolled his eyes when Davion consumed that book. He himself has pulled out his own notebook and periodically gives a 1,000-yard stare and then writes something in it. He otherwise has a bowl of bar nuts in front of him and has sprinkled some yellow powder on top of that and is just kind of absentmindedly popping those.
Are you using one of your ephemera already?
It's the only opportunity I thought we were going to be near food, so yeah.
You could have had food in your pocket.
Who has food in their pocket? This is a world with wrong cats, but even that seems odd. Oh yeah, let me pull up my pocket bologna sandwich.
I got something here.
It's not the weirdest I've seen. I completely forgot to finish describing Maria.
Please.
She is wearing a simple button-down shirt with the sleeves rolled up, and also similar to Davion, a gray vest over that and slacks. Around her neck is a very much clashing with her outfit. It doesn't fit the theme of 1920s dapper look of a knitted scarf of several different hues. It's probably more up Haven's vibe instead of Maria's. And on her left forearm is a tattoo of a birdcage.
I'm digging this vibe of Davion just kind of the bookish, scanning the bar for his next meal, so to speak. Ulysses, I'm picturing sullenly eating bar nuts, even though that's not how you described it.
Who eats bar nuts happily?
Nobody.
Yeah.
And then Maria legs over Haven's legs, and then I didn't describe the silver-tipped cane that Haven has, and it's just this tableau of. I know it's common in Invisible Sun, but I'm just loving this mix.
Okay. What's the plan for tonight? Are we just getting drunk to hopefully pass out and get some sleep, or what's the plan? Because I've tried drinking before and it has not worked.
I feel like drinking more of that is also not going to help too much.
I can sleep when I'm dead. That's at this point I'll do anything.
Can you though? I wasn't aware that ghosts were particularly
No.
friendly towards naps.
No. But at least maybe if I go to the Pale, I'll be able to get some rest. It's quicker than a passport.
The last thing I want is you haunting and complaining even more about not getting sleep. So maybe switch to water.
How about you? How about you not sleep for 2 weeks and then say that to me? Or I'll say that to you.
That sounds terrible, and it must be uncomfortable for you.
I have a new idea. Tonight, either you can come back to mine, or I'll go with you to Davion's, and let's try this. And I'm going to hold out my hand and weave together. I'm saying probably beauty from diamond and dreams from sleep, just to make a little illusion. Level 1, because I think that's the only thing I can do. And it's just going to be this extremely pastoral hillside, fluffy clouds and a bright blue sky. Night is coming. You know, the sky is tinging pink and orange. And there's going to be just like these little fluffy sheep, the most perfect, happy little sheep you've ever seen, just springing over a little fence, one after another. And they'll kind of like fall off the hand and wrap around until they like jump over again.
Like an illusion in like the size of your palm.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, one sorcery for you.
Yeah.
You know
Try.
him as a suggestion for people that suffer from insomnia. We could perhaps go for a walk and see if some sort of physical exhaustion might further exacerbate your levels of mental exhaustion.
You don't mind accompanying my crotchety ass.
I haven't before. I don't think any of us would mind it now.
Absolutely not.
No, I think I'll take a drink for the road, but
Walk me down.
exactly. Exactly.
Does cafe even allow walkouts?
What they don't know won't hurt them.
Maybe I should get a third one to go.
You could. Or non-capital R red wine.
Or switch to beer.
Or
How does the rhyme go? Beer before liquor. I don't remember wine in that one though. It's beer before liquor, never sicker. Liquor before beer, you're on the clear. Wine before beer. That's fine, and I got nothing. I'm
As-
sorry.
I should remember.
Otherwise, you're still hungover the next day. So
that doesn't rhyme, Davion. I don't think that's.
Like, I should
not
remember
much of
the
a poet
rhyme
myself.
because I bartended in Shadow, but I don't.
I think it's made up anyway. I think proper hydration
Probably.
is the way to make sure that you don't have a hangover the next day, and a firm intake of tobacco.
I don't smoke.
That
I
doesn't
will
rhyme
drink
either.
water.
Doesn't have to rhyme to be true.
Yeah, I'm just gonna meld truth into what should be true and leave it at that. Tender, can we get another round, please? I'll just like wave over more drinks.
More drinks it is.
More drinks says. Nose
think
goes
there's
on
a
who's paying the
small-
tab.
Small, tiny look of concern with the third glass of red, perhaps.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Worst
Fine
comes to
here.
worst, if someone bothers us on the way home, I'll pour it on them, and that they won't have a fun time. So
That is unreasonably sensible, I think, given the circumstances. I'm just gonna roll my eyes and I'll pay. It's fine. This time,
shit for money.
someone else goes next.
I'm gonna vote Ulysses.
Why me? Why not the fancy apostate over there who keeps eating people's books?
You can't make money eating people's books.
No, well, he literally does, though. He eats people's books and then sells them the book to replace it.
Yeah, I said that, and now That is a very good point. I take it back.
He's the one who gets drunk and ends up with more money in his pocket the next morning somehow.
It's fulfilling and also profitable.
And also ethically questionable.
I
But
already
I'm not
told
worried
you
about
that. It was
that.
sketchy as hell. Very sketchy. Okay, I'm gonna smuggle my wine out. I don't know about the rest of y'all. As Haven is about to pay, I'm gonna at least try and smuggle my wine out. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
Ulysses has pulled out a flask and is very carefully, poorly pouring the ice is getting in the way.
Oh, my shadow memento is a flask.
There you
But
go.
it's also red. But it's also red wine, and I don't want to.
Which is like corrosive. and
Right,
damaging.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. I'm gonna roll. Haven and Davion, are you gonna try and smuggle alcohol?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to smuggle it out, but
Alright.
yeah, same. Although Haven's plan for smuggling is just walking out with the glass. So, I
Okay.
guess minor theft is.
I'm also walking out with.
I'll
I am
bring it
also
back
going to.
next time I'm here. What, like I want
Okay.
to keep it?
So whoever's trying to be surreptitious, I think Ulysses, you probably get an extra bonus for an extra +1 to your roll. So building your ventures, you can use movement. Bene, this would be a movement test to try and like sneakity sneak everything out. Otherwise, I would say this is a pretty easy roll. So like 4 to try and get it out. So if you want to use movement to roll and decrease your venture, we can do that. Just let me know if you're going to use mini bene or not, and I'll go from there.
Okay. Otherwise, we're just rolling 1d10 and we have to hit 4 or more. If we don't use any bene.
Correct. Also,
Cool.
Who is a gallant in the party? I know you do have an extra +1. No. But I fully expect one of my other players to call you out on this as an NPC. I will also roll to do. I'm also going to use this. Actually, probably closer to a 3, so it'll be a challenge 3. Okay. I made it.
A 10. So I will
Did
say
you
he's
roll
also
a 0?
Yes,
Okay, that's a 0. That's not a 10.
it's a 0.
Oh.
Okay, but do you say I get a?
By
is
the
it-
way, 10s are
Oh.
0s in this system.
when you said +1, is it a +1 dice or is it +1 to the roll?
It
Like you add.
decreases the number you need to roll on the die.
Okay.
So you
Oh.
would have needed. So if it was a 3,
Would have needed a 2.
And you had a +1, then you would only need a 2.
You
Yeah.
don't add anything. You decrease the number you need to roll. It's like working
Gotcha.
backwards.
Gotcha.
So
So I rolled a 2.
did you spend an intellect? Did you spend a movement, Bene?
No, I did not. So
So basically, what happens is, since I'm the only one that fucking passed. Oh, no, that passed, yeah. Okay. Did you want to play this NPC that catches these motherfuckers in the act? No. Just an NPC. Ulysses and Davion.
But don't. What? We
In this
purchased.
economy?
We purchased these. We just have some better places to be.
Maria from like behind outside with Haven. Chug, chug, chug. Holding her own
Cheers.
glass behind her.
Cheers.
Ulysses downs the old fashioned and goes, fine, but the nuts were free. And he's going to pour the rest of the nuts into his jacket pocket and walk out.
Character arc. We are done here now.
Complimentary.
It's a full character arc for Ulysses.
Beautiful.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Fucking beautiful.
I have my pocket nuts. What more could this character ever do?
We got to get you all the pocket snacks.
So many pockets. Yeah.
Yes. Lined pockets.
M&M's,
Yeah,
Reese's
Davion
Pieces, salted
downs
pretzels,
it.
soft pretzels.
Nacho cheese.
Yeah, that's on
Right
the inside
here.
pocket. Because you gotta, looks like you're reaching for something and you come out and it's nacho cheese.
I just clap whoever comes out first on the back. Admirable. And I'll take a
Ooh.
sip of my wine.
It's still weaker than what you were drinking. So, I feel like
Anyway.
Davion's a lightweight.
Yeah, we're both with our glasses.
As I go to leave, I actually hand her the lady at the door my glass. Yes, and I just walk out.
Oh, you sweet, sweet child.
She eats it.
The glass?
She eats it.
Perfect.
She eats the glass. Yeah. All right. Should have thought of that.
You know, Davion, the rules would still be posted if you hadn't had consumed them posted on the wall. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's a good question. Is it everything, or is it just when you choose to eat them?
Oh, it's only when I choose to. Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
Or else
best.
I wouldn't be much of a bookseller.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
So you wanted to consume the trashy romance.
Oh no, I just wanted him to come purchase a book.
There could have been levels to that, but I see that it's always just a business maneuver. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Are there,
sometimes I do Ulysses' journal, and sometimes there is juicy reading to be had.
For that spicy novel, though, how spicy are we talking?
1 pepper,
Oh, it was
2 pepper, 5 peppers.
Better or worse in terms of entertainment of Chuck Tingle?
it was a little disappointing actually.
So worse. Than Chuck
After the will they, won't they, and then once it happens, then it's all downhill from there. Really, a weak denouement, if you will. It really didn't tie things up and left. Well, it seems like when they were writing it, when they got to about the third act, mid third act, they really wanted to write a series instead of just finish up a good book. So it kind of
You can really tell by the third chapter when they've run out of metaphors for the phallus.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Or reuse.
So it was smut without plot.
Yeah, and a lot of grammatical errors. Get an editor.
Oh, that's the worst.
Come on.
I'm going to pull the next card since we've entered a new scene. This is called the Vizier. Value of 0, which is bad. Notions, cast, clocks, and wind. Meanings, manipulation, sycophant, power, and influence. If anyone has anything juicy as I read this, please jump in. Lurking in the shadows, the vizier controls from a distance. They do not sit upon a throne, but instead are the power behind the throne. They don't make laws, they circumvent them, but they do it to further the ends of the ruler, the land, or perhaps themselves. The vizier has secret agendas within agendas. Their smooth words manipulate everyone, even the ruler they supposedly serve. Thus, they have much of the real power and influence. Are they acting in the best interests of the ruler or themselves? How can we be certain? The vizier is the nemesis of notions. They cannot be trusted. Everyone has a -1 to their ventures. If you are an ardent, you have a -2. Game narrative. A sycophant is manipulating a leader. A person in power is being threatened. A leader is overthrown. Someone is exerting secretive influence upon someone else.
I get the feeling you really shouldn't have pissed that man off, Davion.
Oh, do you know who he is? Is he somebody important?
Now that I think about it, he did look kind of familiar.
There's so many ways to be connected in a town like this. Perhaps it was in poor taste to take the man's smut reading from him.
Were they dressed like really nice?
Oh,
He did have very fine shoes.
I think in the way that the powerful sometimes have... They don't need to dress expensive. They dress fine, well made.
I think that person, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I've seen them hanging around the Hollows. And I think I've seen them working with the Revelation. The Revelation is a crime syndicate. They're one of the largest and far-reaching crime syndicates in Satyrine.
I'm sure it's fine.
Do you want to mess with the Revelation?
you know, I've dealt with a lot of criminal elements in the shadow as my past life. I think we might need to look into this. Ulysses, are you intrigued?
I've had just enough liquor to tell me that I'm not going to say no to all this, and I would definitely advise you that bookstores tend to burn better than most. So, yes, I think it might be a good idea to make sure that we didn't ruffle unnecessary feathers on this particular evening.
Why does it sound like one of you wants to
Pick a fight.
and the other one of you wants to calm the waters?
I can't tell which one's which.
I feel like we should decide which one before we get too much closer to the hollows. Not that we're in danger of walking there.
So we're
in the
gonna
next
get
5 minutes, but
mugged, maybe killed. I might be crossing all y'all's pale visas at work tomorrow if this doesn't go well.
I'm just saying we should probably look into it. I can smooth things over by stopping off at my bookstore and offering a book.
Make sure it's better than what you took.
Anything in my bookstore is better than what I took. I was actually doing him a favor, to be honest with you.
Hardcover at least, Davion.
Has to have
that's-
built-in bookmarks.
oh,
Bookmark ribbons.
Ooh, book lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Book ribbons are good.
Ribbons are good.
2 book ribbons. One to mark
Two.
the spicy scenes. One to mark the spicy scenes you want to go reread, and the other one to keep place with where you're reading. For
All
plot.
right.
And really pretty end papers.
At the very least, this does solve 2 angels with 1 stone problem, as we will get Moria their walk in, their evening walkies, and perhaps prevent some sort of street war outside of Davion's business. And Haven, I suppose you'll get a show and perhaps to meet some new people.
I mean, any time spent with my friends is well worth spending.
You're a
Also,
dear.
preventing burned bookstore
Catastrophe.
is also high on the list, I suppose. Although,
I am. Oh god, the paperwork if the bookstore goes. Did you know that the Pale Embassy also does the paperwork and intake for like dead objects too?
no,
Oh.
I never knew.
It's a pain in the ass.
So many ISBNs.
All right, back. Davion, lead the way.
Yes, we'll stop by the bookstore and then we can grab a couple trinkets.
Mhm.
And then I'll follow you, to where we are going to meet this individual.
If we can find them. I might
Hopefully.
have a way to find them. You go lead us home.
Okay.
Yeah, what does
So-
your home look like?
I feel like it is a two-story like side building. It's got right off of the alleyway. So you have an alleyway that goes right next to the right of the building if you're looking at the front end. It's got an overhang for rainy days to protect you from the rain as you dust off, and there's a small umbrella basket where everybody has their umbrellas posted, and it's free to take. If you need an umbrella and you don't need an umbrella, then you can just leave it there and pass it along to the next person. In the actual window display, there was a lot of fauna. There's all flowers and potted plants right next to books, so it's very organic, if you will, in the inside. Natural lighting, some skylights that go in, but inside it's just very rustic wood and banisters that go up, but very open, not too terribly full, very very select, if you will, like more like a boutique than
If I may,
used bookstore.
I feel like there's at least one reading nook in here.
Oh yes, right next to the.
And that reading nook is currently overtaken by Maria's personal items because she's crashing at your place right now.
I love it.
Just like an extra pair of, like a rucksack of clothes, a spare thing of my glasses, brush,
She pulled over one of the tables and just has
all my making supplies on it, which is literally just like a drop spindle, stuff for like carding yarn and like knitting needles and crochet hooks and shit in the middle.
Love it.
Great. All right, get your book.
Yeah, I rush upstairs to the romance area, grab a book off the shelf. No. He puts that back. He grabs one with a very fine maroon leather backing, and I think you might like this one. And rushes downstairs, grabs a bookmark and a couple ribbons, throws them in the inside. Would you like to find a pleasant page to put these, M?
No, I'm okay. Was the individual's name written in the book before you consumed it?
Oh, what do I need to roll to remember that? Ooh.
I was just gonna have this be a narrative thing. Yes or no?
Oh, I believe so. There was an inscription in the front. I have no names on the top of my head.
Who's good with names? Derek, Eva?
Yeah.
I'm sure I
Antoine.
have something here.
Antoine.
Eva beat me to it.
Antoine?
Why am I so French today?
If none of you came up with something, I
love
pulled up my randoms names list for my other game. Times and Roman. But no, I like Antoine.
I can't. Oh, jeez.
He's a junior of Times Old Roman, of course.
I like Antoine.
I can probably help find him for you. I got a incantation in the noggin.
To dearest Antoine, I hope this read fulfills your need. I don't know why it had to rhyme. I don't know why I had to rhyme. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you ate the man's engraving on top of everything else. That is...
I can't really choose how this works. It just... whoop, the whole book. So...
Very well. While you all are deciding on ribbons, I do need to step out and in for a brief moment to grab something of my own.
Okay.
And Ulysses will go to the back of the bookstore. Now, Mary, did we decide that the thing I'm looking for is not there?
I will reward you a despair if you want to mark it down on your character sheet. I think this is great. I'm giving you a despair, Derek, as you go to look for your book.
There is a reason that Ulysses and Davion, despite the fact that Ulysses looks down on apostate, really on all of his friends, as just being frivolous with their forms of magic use. I mean, honestly, for Visley to be a weaver, a maker, and a like the three worst options, the tied for last.
We don't even have a Vance in here either.
For last.
Fuck you.
Haven's just singing to herself.
You can't do shit on your own.
You
can't do shit on your own. You gotta ask other people to do it for you.
You have to make stuff. It's fine. We're not doing this.
This has been like a conversation that has been hashed out multiple times.
This when when you have the third capital R red wine, that's when stuff gets
right. Yeah.
He goes to look for his book, which is the passage to his hidden home, only accessed by reading a specific passage in a specific book. And it is at that moment that he realizes that perhaps that they were not the first ones to Davion's bookstore that evening, that perhaps retribution had come somewhat early, as his book seems to be missing. And he walks back.
It's fast.
Davion, was the front door to your shop unlocked or opened in any significant way before we got here this evening?
No, I had Tony. He locked up. You know Tony to be a large arachnid who lives in the basement of our establishment.
Indeed, and for someone with 8 appendages constantly seems to have his hands full. The reason I ask
but he has all of his keys with him, I'm sure. You do remember when we came into the bookstore, the door was unlocked.
Like the runes on his neck are glowing. The demon eye is glowing. I'm trying my best to be diplomatic about all this, but it seems that my front door has been absconded with, and I have things I need in there. And if we do not get it back, I will burn your shop down, as the very thing that has been preventing me to this point is no longer here. I need you to understand that. And that is as nice as I'm going to be about this. If we all have everything and we've placed all ribbons respectively, may we please?
I pat your shoulder if you need a place to stay. I know a couple places.
You can always stay here.
The irony of you offering is Haven.
Listen, I know places that will not bat an eye if you show up and take a bed.
I can clean out the
Bat
basement.
eyes tonight.
Tony has, some extra webs. We can push it to the side, or he could always move upstairs. We always have room for you.
Are literal nightmares. When that arachnid snores, it is a literal, like not metaphorical, literal nightmare.
I'm wondering if your home, Davion, your home hasn't contracted the Satyrine virus, has it? The Satyrine virus is when It's a very contagious disease where that happens to a house where suddenly and without warning, items and stuff sprout 8 legs and they move around like a spider, and it's a very contagious.
You can't
I
just
feel like this
assume
would be
because of
perfect for a
Tony.
bookstore.
That's rude.
Tony was.
I'm just trying to throw out ideas of like where the book went.
Most of this
It is
conversation,
possible, Em. But at the same time, Ulysses, I know that this is important to you. We will help you find it.
Ulysses,
Yes.
could you make your runes do that normally? Because they're very pretty. Has anyone told you your runes are pretty lately?
They have not, but I appreciate your appreciation of luminous Anakian. I will inform the angel
What's
currently
that?
taking residence in my kidney that you appreciate them.
What's in your other kidney?
That is currently vacant.
You should probably have something in there.
You are smart,
Sure.
you are beautiful, and we can find your house.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, your house. That sucks.
So now that we have multiple problems, one, you trying to replace someone's book, and two, Ulysses' home missing, I do got a spell that can point us in the correct direction of where we need to go. Which way do we want to go?
Probably in the direction of... Oh.
I feel like if we don't find this gentleman and fix this issue and he burns down the bookshop, we're definitely not going to find your home, Ulysses.
Could just
I
be misshelved.
agree. It is the first step on this conundrum of a stairway that we have laid before us. I agree that we should find this gentleman first and foremost.
Okay. And what was his name again?
Antoine.
Antoine. Okay. Just in case, let me just go grab my stuff in case the bookstore does burn down.
Smart. That's...
I'll go over, like, pack all my shit in my rucksack and, like, throw that over my back. Okay, and then Maria
This
begins
really
to cast
doesn't
a
put me
spell.
at ease at all, but I'll let Tony know.
I'm just gonna set my glass here for later. I don't think...
You're gonna finish it?
Oh no, I finished it.
Oh,
It
okay.
was very good.
All right, you're gonna enjoy this, Haven. And then I begin casting a spell. And all of a sudden, 2 twirling rainbow-colored horns appear on the side of my head and like begin twisting in directions of like antenna before both pointing in like a single direction outside the shop. And I have cast Stars Myriad Take Spiral Roads, level 4. You grow a pair of twirling rainbow-colored horns on the sides of your head that twist in the direction of a being or place you are seeking. You must know the name of the being or place and have a general sense of what it looks like. The horns disappear upon reaching your destination.
I'm not going to do it into the mic because I can't control the volume and pitch, but Haven squeals like a little happy child and laughs giddily.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna like that. All right, we're gonna find this Antoine. I guess I'll lead the way.
Please.
That would
Yes.
make sense, yeah.
Yes.
I'll walk outside the shop. We can begin following my horns. Okay, I have pulled a next card. I have pulled the Messiah on the Blue Sun. Value of 7, vision, swans, blades, and water. Meanings: change, salvation, familial love. Many fear change, others embrace it eagerly, often not always, but often the former live happy in satisfying situations while the latter do not. In other words, change is salvation that not everyone needs. The Messiah is the defender of the Visions family. She defends by changing the things that threaten or menace. As a defender, the Messiah is particularly concerned with families and the bonds of love that exist there. So game narrative that is associated with this card is something changes drastically. A new leader or other prominent figure emerges. These are just suggestions. You don't have to do all of them at once, but they are there. Also, defender empaths get a +2 to their adventures. So I think that's me and is that you?
That is I.
That is you and me. Cool.
Yay!
I begin leading the way. If anyone had any ideas of what this card might mean and interpret. Begin walking down the paths of Fartown with a bunch of folks chilling. There's a concert of someone playing their own body as a violin. Lead the way.
Haven's gonna do that, like, drunk sing-along, slightly too loud for, I don't know if it matters in Satyrine, actually, but slightly too loud for the hour of night. And the only idea I had immediately for that card is exceptionally not great.
Do it. Say it.
I know what. As we're going in the other direction, Antoine's coming the other way from a different street to burn down the shop. But I don't want the shop to burn. No, I'm a horrible person. Why would you ask me?
Because the game is about consequences and fun things.
That's
That's not a
started down this path.
consequence and a fun thing.
It's
Unless he's coming down the same street.
Let's meet halfway. How about that?
Yeah.
You want to meet halfway? We
Also,
can
if
make this
anything
work.
happened to Tony, I would cry, so.
How about this? Antoine is walking down the street as we are walking towards him. But he takes another path, another side street between buildings to go down. And so we had to catch up with him. But it's not on
We're in
fire
pursuit.
yet. It's in pursuit. But we see him with a different type of cocktail, a Molotov cocktail.
What is it with you and Molotovs?
I don't know, Eva. I don't have an answer for that.
I love this weird theme.
Of a lot of my characters. Just me inserting things into the narrative with Molotovs. It's fine. Please go check out the very, very first 10 Candles game run on this channel a couple years ago.
So good.
Where I played a single mother with that was a terrible teenager. Shit, is that him?
I think that actually was. Haven, if you're done being a woo they, I think it's time that we
A what?
a woo they. You have woo girls, you have woo
sometimes
boys.
I go,
I'm just trying to read.
Woo!
I've
was
never
my
heard of that
bad.
terminology.
Can't control
No.
it.
All right, let's go. Let's
You
go.
learn something new every day. Let's move along.
I think it's
I've
a
never
woo
heard of
them.
Derek, I think we need a little more intense music for this.
Yes,
upcoming scene.
absolutely. As we are chasing.
I think this is a perfect time to enter an action scene.
Ooh.
So, basically, we are trying to catch up with Antoine as we see him with a flaming bottle of liquor heading off in the direction of Davion and Ulysses' home.
Subtle he is not.
Subtle he is not. He looks angry. He looks pissed. Maybe the book you devoured had a lot of hidden code and information in it for the revelation. I don't know.
Oh.
But anyway, for an action scene, we all need to roll a movement task and to determine our initiative. I think what's going to happen is the level of Antoine will equal to the last card I pulled, which will be Messiah. So everybody, please roll a movement-based task. You can use movement bene to decrease your adventure. And then just tell me what you get, please. As I get a piece of paper to write everything down on.
Haven got a 5. Would it be helpful to you if we wrote it in Zoom chat or Discord?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I have to roll. I will use a movement. You know what? I'm not going to use a movement, Benny. Okay. I got a 4. Ulysses and Davian.
I did
So-
use a movement Bene, and I got a 9.
On the die.
Yes.
Okay, so you got a total 10. Davian.
And I got a 7, and I did use a bene for movement.
Okay, so basically the blocking is Ulysses and Davion, Antoine, and then Haven and M. Also, the horns disappear now that we found our quarry.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe that was a
Okay.
good indicator that was him. Was the horns just flashed off?
Yeah,
Well,
basically.
Yeah.
That's definitely him. Okay, so
So a pool total is what? Like how many you have?
yeah, you
to
have your
use.
max and then your current.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so Ulysses and Davion, what are you doing as you see this individual that Davion pissed off at the bar by eating their book run by with fire? You can do it in any order. Either of you can go first. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, especially because he has the literal fire already in his hands.
Right.
I think I'm just going to. So Ulysses does have a sword that he keeps somewhat obscured within his coat, kind of pulls it out of shadow. He will draw that and say,
he is a short
Yes.
distance. Oh, he's a near distance away, so you would have to,
Near distance? Okay.
yeah. Hold on. I always get distances confused. Yeah, he's near. So a distance between 10 and 50 feet. In Invisible Sun, you can only do one thing. There is no movement. There is no action. It is one thing only. So if you want to get up to him to be within melee to attack, you need to use that to move. But
To get to him.
yeah, I think I am looking to close the distance first and foremost.
Yeah,
At the very least, like, pardon me, please. I've noticed you got some flame there. If you could perhaps not.
Antoine or Davion right behind Ulysses. Oh, Antoine! And he's got the book over his head. I have a replacement here for you. Hello, sir.
Are you trying to just catch up, or are you trying to do
Yeah, I'm
action
just gonna
of some sort?
close the distance. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you pull out your sword, Ulysses?
I sure did. Yeah.
Okay, in that case,
And I'm behind him with the book.
We
you're
have
coming
gifts.
up with you're coming up with a weapon drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Davion's there. He has a mission in mind. He keeps going, which is his action. You don't look pleased. Haven, you can go first if you would like, between you and me.
I'm just going to, I think, move as close as I can towards him.
So now he's still probably he's definitely reaching the 2 date range distances. So he's beginning to be far away from you.
Yeah, I would like to just close up as much as I can of that distance.
Okay. This is going to be a chase of some sort. Okay. I will say, since we are doing some kind of chasing, that he will have 2 more rounds before he can be within throwing distance. Okay, how's that sit? That's good. That's good. That's good.
How many rounds? I'm sorry.
We'll have 2 more rounds
2 more rounds? Okay.
if you don't do anything else before he will throw and be close enough to throw. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I'm just gonna book it because I'm like going through my pockets to see if I have anything that might be useful, and right now I don't think I have anything useful. So I'm just like going through my pockets as running to try and catch up. So I'm like with Haven.
Yeah,
With all of
Haven
y'all.
has a kind of a rocking run because there's a bit of a limp there. and she's got quite the grip on her cane, but other than that, just keeping an eye on old Antoine.
Antoine.
I'm
Okay.
going to start some combat music that's a little like intense at the beginning, so just heads up.
Sure. So basically, top of the round, at the top of every action scene, we pull a new card. So this is going to be the questing night on the Indigo Sun. Value of 5, Vision Swans. Oh, I think Apprentice. I need to pull another card. Nope, I lied. Vision Swans, Blades in Water, Meanings, Justice, Journey, Determination, Achieving Goals. Basically, Apprentice is -1 to empaths for this round. So back to Ulysses and Davion.
So how far? What's the?
Still 1 range increment
Still
because
one.
you
All
moved
right.
and then he moved.
If he is going to be doing that, I have one ranged thing in my arsenal. So I will pull out one of my ephemera, and I will use Love's Utter Loss. So it's magic channels through not the demon arm, the other one, and he's like, I'm sorry, this is going to be a little weird. Funny for this scenario, honestly. And he blows a kiss in the air that becomes like jaws that then firm into lips and then kind of wrap around the person almost like a bolo and entangles him, like prevents him from moving. He can take no physical actions and is bound head to toe.
Is that a spell? You said that was an ephemera?
It's ephemera. Yeah.
What's the level of the spell?
Level 4 plus 1 die.
So what you need to do is you need to roll to see if it'll affect him. So what you need to do is you need to roll a regular die and then roll the extra dice.
Okay.
Oh, the +1.
Yeah. So level 4 is added to your venture, so you need to roll at least a 3.
Okay. The first die was a 7. The second die is a 6.
Okay, so they both succeed, and as you just said, that these mouths just kind of like slaver and slobber around them and like immobilizes. And how long does it last?
It lasts. Oh, not that one. Depletion says 0 to 1. Check each round.
Okay, so every round on your turn, you will roll and see if it'll deplete.
Okay.
So he is immobilized. Davion.
I am going to make my close in the distance because he's not moving. So do I get up to him?
You can get up to him, yes.
Okay. But I can't exchange anything.
You can't do anything else. You got up to him.
So I got up to him.
Correct.
This is intense.
He's struggling. Try not to let go of the Molotov.
You see Davion, and he's kind of dancing around this flame. That's this cocktail that is just splashing around. He hasn't lit it, right? It's not lit yet.
Not yet,
right?
no.
Okay, good. So he's kind of struggling with it, but you see Davion just kind of stepping around him, trying not to let the alcohol spill on him. As he's watch where you're putting that. Come on now.
Haven.
I can, I just want to be sure I am checking this correctly. I can, cast a level up to my remaining sorcery pool, is that correct?
You can. Technically. If it is an ephemera or incantation, you don't need to spend sorcery.
Okay.
Free one-time spell.
One time.
One time.
Oh no. I'm going to I think continue running and closing the different distance. Closing the distance. Do we have a plan? Is there an apology happening? I feel like we missed that part of this conversation.
I'm right next to you. I'm also just running for my turn.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't have anything. I've got like spools of yarn, but that's about it.
Yeah, I have things, but I'm sitting for a minute. Oh, I'm not sitting, I'm running, but...
All right. Back to the top of the round. Ulysses, roll for depletion.
Is it still 2 dice?
Just one.
Just the one. Okay. That is a 5.
You are fine. Your spell continues. What would you two like to do? Oh, wait, hold on. I lied. Next card. The Jackal is a level 0 card. Nemesis. Everyone gets a -1. I don't remember what heart this is under, but someone gets a -2. Stoics get a -2. Meaning
So is it-
intimidation, power, ruthlessness, dark magic, necromancy.
Division? Or divination?
What about divination?
What is that what you said?
Intimidation.
Oh, intimidation. So does each round it changes? Okay. So like I had a -1 before, but I don't have a -1 and another -1. Okay.
No, yeah, they don't stack. They don't stack until we go around the sun once. And there's a card on the invisible sun, but that rarely happens. We might get to there. Anyway, Ulysses and Davion, we're still in action scene, so whatever y'all want to do.
I am going to, if you don't mind, me going first, Ulysses.
No.
I am going to. Can I replace his Molotov cocktail with the book?
You can. I'll say he's flailing around trying to get out of this, so you'll have to like make a task to do the switch, but you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the level, but it will be a movement-based task.
Movement. Okay.
You want to use a movement, Bene?
I will use a movement, Bene.
Perfect.
And let's see here. And that is a 9 on the die.
Mm-hmm. Oh, perfect. Yeah, you succeed.
And so I will, Antoine, we don't need this, but you will need this, and slide this into his palm. This is a much better book. Don't worry about it. If you need anything specifically, it's on the house. Don't burn the house, so I can take care of you.
We'll finish up the round, and then we'll go to break. Ulysses.
Ulysses will, now that he has the book. Great. I see we've solved one of our problems. Ant, nice to meet you, Mr. Twan. Where the hell is my front door?
It is his turn.
Are you shaking him down for the other book?
I think he like the demon hand is holding the sword, is just like clenching on it as like ripples and flecks of gold are going through the demon skin of it, and he's just like trying to be as patient as possible.
All right. You hear he's just trying to flail about. He's flailing about trying to get out of the thing. Your spell worked, so it's not gonna fail. It's not gonna suddenly stop. I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this.
I have understand motives.
It's not
as
your
a
turn,
skill?
though. It's not your turn.
Yeah, okay.
But you hear some cursing. Cursing y'all out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Haven, is there anything you would like to do?
Still not next to him, right?
No, we're both next to him now. We caught up.
Okay. And
Because he hasn't
Antoine's
moved for a turn or two.
Yeah.
still mad, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to reach out and touch his wrist, like an open bit of skin between his cuff and wrist. And I will weave together strength and I think rest.
Strength and rest.
Strength
Okay.
and rest to imbue him with calmness, because I feel like having the mental strength to overcome his heightened emotions, and then the restfulness of not being in. Was that too loosey-goosey of an interpretation?
No. This will cost 3 sorcery and will be equivalent to the level 3 effect. Slow or hinder a creature's movement.
Perfect.
So you do need to roll. Please roll 2 dice. Make sure you keep an eye on which one is a magic die. You need to roll at least a 4.
Okay. I'm going to use my blue one as my magic die. Magic is 7, non-magic is 3.
Okay. His movement's slow. And before we get on to this, we're going to go to break as we see what happens.
Don't
Awesome.
you still have your move?
I'm not doing anything on my move. I don't have anything to do.
Okay.
So we're going to go break. Hey, everybody. Please take a nice break. Go rest, get some water, pet your pets, and we'll be back in, 5-10 minutes, however long it is.
See you soon.
Hello, we are back from break and we are returning to a totally normal day in Satyrine where we last left off, stopping someone from burning down Ulysses and Davion's home. I think for just the sake of time, the mouth that has like unraveled this Antoine, who is about to mess up your home, has been dissipated. I don't know how they're being restrained. Anyone particularly large?
I mean,
Oh no.
Guy?
Haven
no.
is basically fantasy Gwendolyn Christie, so I guess
Oh, 6'5",
They'll
yeah.
take it.
Okay.
How dare you not mention that sooner?
because
Yeah, I know.
realized
right?
it towards the end
I
of the bar
wish.
scene, and I was like, oh, okay, that explains a lot, actually. Apologies. A moment of silence
Maybe-
for.
Maybe I've taken like out a skein of yarn and like I've wrapped it around him as well.
Fantastic.
Even though
The yarn, yeah.
restrained enough
Yeah.
where he's not at least gonna be, maybe not hold him forever, but like at
He's
least slow him
there.
down a little bit. Yeah. So between Yarn and Haven being just this hot Bamf person standing on their chest, I don't know. Whatever you wanted to do, Eva. He's kind of like writhing on the ground as the 4 of us are like huddled around them, and their visage kind of like changes and morphs as if like something inside of him is fighting with another thing inside of him. It's just like a cacophony of like several different voices, none of which match the voice that he used at the bar with Davion.
Ooh.
This seems messed up. This does not seem like the dude.
Release
No.
me.
Interesting.
Did you hear that also? Yes.
Very interesting. Okay.
Did you think only you could hear that?
Sometimes I question everything that I see and hear.
Oh no, that's.
We can
so
talk about that
that's
later.
valid. No, that's.
I'm so sleep deprived. I'm pretty sure I've been hallucinating some stuff.
This is happening.
Okay, thank you for confirming.
I got you.
Mr. Goetic, this seems like up your alley.
It does indeed, being someone who is somewhat familiar with demons. Hello, to whom might I be addressing?
My voice, I'm not going to do it again because it's really high pitched. Just screeches and cackles.
I heard at least 2 of y'all. Now come on now, don't be shy.
Yeah.
Don't tell him our fucking name.
He asked.
All right. Now, you're not the first ones that I've perhaps encountered before. Do y'all know Grazzle?
Do not speak to us of that one.
Also, we know like 5 Grazzles. It's a very
Also
common alii.
Like Smith.
Wait, what did you cut off? What did you say, Michael?
It's kind of like Smith. it's very common.
Yeah, I meet Grazzle every now and then just to get the latest information on all y'all's politics and machinations and
I
whatnot.
love politics. It's all fighting and punching.
Which is,
backstabbing.
in and of itself, is politics. It depends on who wins.
Antoine
To be fair.
struggles at that, like...
Yeah.
Antoine.
Yeah, to being formerly known as Antoine.
Now, speaking of, which one of y'all is in charge?
Me.
Me.
But I also feel like, yeah, we're all saying me.
Yeah, that's unfortunately what I was worried about.
The skin suit lurches as this conversation is happening.
I think if the skin suit is going to lurch, I do have an order ability to create a protective circle. I would like to utilize that.
That takes like 10 minutes to like
Never mind.
make.
Oh gosh.
It's not just like pop a squat and just like wave your hands and it shows up. I think you have to like make it.
Yeah. Speak with spirits is another order ability. Is that? I'm trying to see what I can perhaps pull from this.
I don't know what your you should only have one ability for your forte. I don't know what it is.
What I have is this order abilities. I have summoning up to level 3, speak with spirits, create protective circle, which is +2 defense.
I think speak with spirits is just like you are able to speak with anything because you have a vast amount of like languages.
Yeah, that's all the order. I have a single forte ability, which is call upon spirit, but those are the order abilities that I have.
Yeah.
So I got you. Okay.
I have an
let's see if I-
incantation called "The World is But a Maze." You send a close being to a location somewhere in the world that is utterly unknown to them. They cannot return or move somewhere familiar or do anything but wander.
Yeah.
So
You
I'm
could
going
do
to
that.
do that
Do you
incantation.
want to frisk him for the...
Oh, I'm going to take back book for sure.
Does he have Ulysses?
Oh, do we want to search him for anything else? Oh, I see.
We are missing
You
a
know,
whole ass house, is all I'm saying.
I'm actually particularly.
Ulysses.
You muted yourself.
I literally hit the space bar
The
while
button.
my head was lowering. I'm particularly worried about my house because I'm concerned that you all are less interested in the house, more interested in the being that is currently possessing it. And he is not someone who wishes to fraternize with you all anymore. He has been given a certain level of sanctuary within my home. And if you all are looking to get to him, I will inform you that I will stop at nothing to ensure his continued safety.
What's his name?
Let us fraternize.
I would say a
I don't like him.
No, but what's the name?
I don't like any of them.
He
I don't
goes
like
by
you.
You two.
kids. I will turn this whole body around.
I'm like 5 lifetimes of you.
Good for you, I suppose, and you're still just about as smart as me. So listen up. He goes by Mahat
hard.
currently. Well,
Are you
you,
insulting
maybe.
us or you?
If you can't tell, perhaps that speaks volumes.
He is so condescending.
The
Deeply so.
worst.
Give me my house back.
Are you looking through the pockets?
Yeah.
And like, okay. I pulled a card. I figured what we can base it off a card pull. On the Pale Sun, I have pulled the Blind Guardian, Vision, Swans, Blades, and Water, Safety, Impartiality, Serenity, Blindness, and Challenges. Blind Guardian watches over us like a protector. That's probably our door guards. Because of its blindness, it confronts all intruders equally, from the lowest vermin to the most powerful god. From the purest angel to the vilest demon. Its blindness also confers a calmness. You'll never see the guardian warrior fret, nor will you see it eager or anticipatory. To those that seek what it guards, it is a difficult challenge. You cannot bribe or charm this guardian, and despite its blindness or because of it, it is very difficult to fool or deceive. Based off that card pull, I'm going to say he does not have your book.
I also an interpretation from that, speaking of like guards, watchmen, all that, could it be that there are like police now approaching, considering there's been like fighting in the streets involving a Molotov cocktail?
Yes, I will say that the local gerent of the district, who goes by Crawl, who is a rat man, is coming
I love
in
this.
this direction.
Oh, are we done here, Ulysses?
I think we're done.
I will dispose of this gentleman, if you will.
And then it's the cops, so we better chief it.
So I'm going to use my incantation as I say a few words. You see my eyes glow white, and you see letters just crawling on my skin as I lay my hands upon Antoine, and he disappears.
Well,
The
what's
world
level of
is
the
but a
spell?
maze.
What's the
It is
level of the
a
spell?
7 plus
Okay.
1 die. So
Right.
I roll 2.
No, 7 it beats. You have
Oh,
lowered
okay.
You have lowered the venture enough because it's a level 7 spell. It will reduce challenge down to 0, so it immediately goes through. He blips out of existence.
Bloop.
Haven was so distracted by that casting. He almost took did pull the foot back. Don't know if we would have gone with him, but eventually does pull away from the body. But
Now, would I know it? Would it separate the demons?
You would have
from...
no clue.
Yeah,
You have no clue.
y'all are spoiling me with runes.
but I have my
tonight.
book back, so
Oh, good.
You have your
stick
book
that under
back.
my arm, and
All right, let's go. Let's try to ACAB. Let's lose him.
Ducking down a couple side streets. I am no longer singing drunk, street drunk songs. Okay.
Did I give you, Eva? I have an idea just for fun shits and giggles.
Yes.
So I think I gave one of your incantations that can make something really fucking big.
Sure did. Really big. Permanently.
Just for shits and giggles, I would like to take out as we're running down alleyways and we're being chased by our local gerent, the police trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I would like to open up a book where you see a nicely embroidered bookmark. So I close the book and I open it up again, and then I take out.
It has
and
to be
all of a
my
sudden
size.
on the
My hand size, I think.
Wait. In the image of a book is, let me think of a it's of a small pewter statue in the shape of Ulysses doing and I'll hand it. It fits in one hand, and I will hand it to you. Can you use this to block our path?
Oh, I think I can manage that.
Yes, please attach my entire form to this crime. That's fantastic.
Oh no. This will be good. And they're going to use less nevermore, and as she throws it away from herself, it is going to grow 10 times its normal size, It weighs 1,000 times as much as it did originally. I'm not going to drop it because I already threw it. And its color is gold, if that makes a difference in this
No, you're
situation. It is level 6. Oh, plus
It's
1
okay. So in the path behind us is this really big Ulysses statue in all of like the glory, and I feel like for shits and giggles, it was like the Greek statues where you just have the leaf covering everything important.
A lot of leaves.
A lot of leaves.
Fantastic.
So
Just in that, like, discus.
yeah, the
Mhm.
discus pose.
Not a dab.
I cannot
a
emphasize
discus.
how asymmetrical this man is with
It's
like
okay.
a 4-foot long demon arm and just like without the clothes, it's not great. There's eyeballs in places, there's teeth in places teeth should not be. There's wings, there's tails. It's yeah,
art,
it's
baby.
not
It's
great.
all beautiful.
Oh no! By doing this means that I have implied that I've seen you naked.
Yeah, dude, we all have now. Because I
There was-
turned around
There
and all I
was
saw
one time when
is Ulysses'
Have we
bum.
been together,
and
Derek?
oh, there's I think Maria has crashed at all of our places. Like we trade around. Like, oh no,
Right,
you
yeah.
get Maria this week. And there's I'm just saying, like, in Davion's point, he's got a mansion. In my point, I've got like 4 rooms. At some point, you've got to walk out of the shower.
It happens.
True.
It happens.
True.
You're not true friends until. Yeah. Ooh.
So this statue, as it's being thrown, grows to 10 times its size, and like is now partially like embedded in both sides of the alley, blocking the way to cheer it.
It has gone into the buildings on
Yes.
either side.
Yeah.
Just saying, that was a pretty good throw.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to land upright, to be honest, but
I'm imagining it landed like partially sideways. My best work.
Let's keep moving. Please stop staring at my golden statuesque ass.
oh, burned, right?
I am very impressed.
Yeah.
Teamwork
That's
makes
what-
the dream work.
That's where the Mothman lives.
We'll come back tomorrow. We'll put a plaque.
Oh no, it'll disappear by tomorrow. This is the thing is only temporary.
We'll put a
Unfortunately.
plaque in memory
Just a small
of the
tear.
statue.
I know plenty of makers that work in metals. I can get an official one made later.
Please.
I asked
please,
really
Yes.
nicely.
Please.
The ephemeral nature of this universe shatters my heart once again.
All right, where to? We got to figure out a game plan.
We have to find Ulysses' home. If anything.
I feel like the first order of business on that front might have been to ask Tony if they sold the book or moved the book
I was-
or saw anyone in the shop.
Tony knows better than to sell that book. It's hard to find in the shop anyway.
Tony would know
Intentionally
better.
so.
He would know better, but maybe someone came in. Maybe
We might have record of folks coming in.
or
You
that
never know.
spider virus. Who knows?
It's probably not the spider virus. It probably would have caused a lot more
We
problems.
would have seen other books walking around.
Yes,
We were only
actually.
there
Casting
for like
webs.
5 minutes, so who knows?
We can backtrack to the shop and check with Tony, or we can continue on towards. I'm sorry, Mayor. What was the group's name?
The revelation. The revelation.
Yeah. Or we can continue on to the nearest meeting point of the Revelation and kick a few teeth and doors in.
Do we want to do that though? For the most widespread and infamous criminal organization in the city.
We can metaphorically kick a few teeth and doors in with
I
friendship.
do enjoy the fact that you think that teeth are doors, or
Teeth
Oh, no,
can be
they're-
doors.
They are. They
Sometimes
can
they
be
are.
doors.
Teeth are doors to the mouth.
To your mouth,
You don't think
yes.
so, honestly.
no, that's why I think it's cute.
Sometimes they're
That's-
doors to your eyes.
Listen,
Sometimes.
the amount of people I've seen who live in animals, like their home
Oh,
isn't in
right,
animals and they
yeah.
need to go through the front door of the mouth. Yeah, doesn't surprise me anymore.
My butterflies are getting agitated.
Oh, okay,
we must keep moving.
I'm like a shark. If
Butterflies
I
are
don't keep moving, the butterflies. The butterflies.
Um,
butterflies.
Haven's gills are starting to dry out. Sorry.
I want to cast a spell. Then, since your butterflies are getting like, irritated, I'm going to cast Exiguous Appeasement, which is a level 1 spell. And hey Val, I chose this spell for you and Ishmael.
Aw.
It's a level 1 spell. I conjure a trifle that will please a specific nearby being I choose. The object is impractical and inexpensive, but delightful to the target.
Aw.
Examples include a piece of their favorite candy, a paper origami of their favorite animal, or a glass bead that is their favorite color. I don't control what I create, but I know it will please them if I give it a gift. In certain circumstances, it might grant me a one-time bonus to an interaction. So I hold out my hand and cast a spell for your butterflies.
Oh.
What shows up, Eva?
I am sure they have an extremely low bar for enjoyment, so that's convenient.
Much like us.
much like us.
Yeah.
A small knot of colorful flowers with nectar. What do butterflies eat?
Oh my god, I thought of something super morbid. Did you know butterflies are attracted to corpses?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
The more you know. Sorry, continue.
I didn't consume that book.
Different types of butterflies are attracted to different things. So some butterflies actually will eat like aphids and things like that. Other butterflies have like the spindle protuberance that allows them to drink nectar. But because corpses actually give off a like sickly sweet smell, butterflies will be attracted to it because the sugar is breaking down in the body.
The more you know.
Okay, let's split the difference and they can just be miniature corpse flowers. How's that?
Like a miniature corpse flower.
So it
Perfect.
still smells like death, but they're still just
Flowers.
Yeah.
I just look at it.
All the benefits of
Yeah,
smelling
and then
like
they
death.
just like slot into my hair nicely next to the butterflies, and they're content and happy. And
I just look at the
Whatever
corpse
sound
flower,
butterflies
look
make.
at your butterflies, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
they're
This is for your butterflies.
thank you. That's very kind of you. They seem to very much appreciate it. I don't know how everyone else will feel, but they appreciate it.
What's fair? It's fair. Okay, back to the shop.
Back to the shop.
Please.
Let's go.
Yes.
We walk.
As we go in, Tony you see him reshelving books, and shuffling through different
Content
areas.
warning, spider.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. By the way,
Big fucking spider.
arachnid, I should say. Yeah.
Changes it.
He is. Yeah, not really. But you see him doing different tasks with all 8 of his arms, but he's moving around very quickly. Oh, Tony. Hello. Who wants to play Tony? I can't talk to myself.
Good evening, Davion.
Good morning? Is it morning
Evening.
already?
I did just wake up from a nap.
Oh,
You know I have
okay.
weird hours.
So, Ulysses has lost his home? Would you know anything about that, by chance?
I'm so sorry, Ulysses. I'm actually going to pull a card to see if he knows anything about that. All right, on the red
Heck
sun,
yeah.
I have pulled.
Oh, the red sun.
Ooh, shit, I just closed that out of the way. It's fine. No, book. Did you fucking...
Oh, no.
Oh no.
My PDFs are not responding.
Oh no.
Hold on, I'm going to open up the app super quick.
I was gonna say, do you want to tell me what it is? And
The card is called the Watcher.
Ooh.
Oh wait, okay, here we
You
go.
got it?
It just finished opening. The card is called the Watcher. It is a value of 9, mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone. Meanings: parental figure, sight, alertness, observation, and knowledge. The wisdom that comes from taking the time to observe and contemplate before acting cannot be overstated. The Watcher watches. He observes from afar, assessing and contemplating. He records what he sees and analyzes the data. He remains ever vigilant from his vantage point. Nothing slips by his eternal gaze. The sovereign of mysteries, the watcher is a father figure. He shares his knowledge with those close to him and advises those he deems worthy. I don't think we have any stoics in the party, but sovereign is basically a +1 to all, +2 if you are a stoic. As you are asking about this book that is Ulysses' home and is now missing, you've been working with Tony for a while right now. He's been your employee for several years, even before the war, and once you got back, you've been reacquainted and just you're good buds. You're a good boss.
Yeah.
He looks very confused. Like, what do you mean it's missing? Ulysses came in here earlier and took the book out of the shop.
Oh, I guarantee you that Ulysses was with us.
But I saw Ulysses. I waved to him. He waved back, and he went and grabbed the book. And then,
that's the best indicator, Tony. I never wave at you. I know better.
Sometimes your arms do wave of your own, not your own accord, though.
It's true.
Not the two main ones.
Well, it wasn't one of the two main ones that waved at me.
Damn it. Did I say anything? Did I say where I was going? Was there anything out of the ordinary that you perhaps noticed?
Now that you mention it, you smiled at me.
No.
There it is.
Way too friendly.
Hey,
all right.
Quick question, gentlemen. Who actually owns the book? Is it
is the deed in your name, Ulysses?
homeowner or the shop?
This is the difficult part of it. The home itself is in my name. The accessibility to the home is through a book, which technically is on loan to this bookstore. So the bookstore has a stake in the book, but the
like HOA or property taxes, right?
Kind of, yeah.
HOA.
Like, this is my front yard.
We just have an agreement.
The least beautiful thing I can think of.
Hey,
this is the sidewalk in front of my home.
Hey, Davion, sorry to interrupt this whole thing. Do you still have the espresso machine in the break room?
Yes, Em. But yeah.
Sorry, I'll be right back. Is anyone
Why are you
else
doing
want
espresso? You
coffee?
literally said you can't sleep.
Yeah.
But I still feel exhausted as hell.
Do you think maybe
she
it's
needs a little caffeine, a little
never-ending
pick me up? It's okay.
Cycle of trying to save off the exhaustion and then not being able to sleep because you've staved up.
Does anyone else want caffeine?
Me, please.
Yeah, I'll take one of those, if you
Ulysses,
will.
Tony?
I'm operating purely on spite right now, thank you.
Tony waves.
I'm pretty sure that's enough for everyone. Yeah.
Tony nods. Tony nods.
Yeah.
All right, and Em will walk back as you make some espressos.
All right. Well,
okay.
Did he say anything, Tony, to you that might, I don't know?
I'm actually
Be
gonna
out
pull
of the
another
ordinary?
card to see if
That was great. I love this.
Okay, I have pulled the wrong direction for the alphabet. I have pulled the tyrannical clock on the gold sun. Value of 6 notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Ardents will have a +1 to their ventures, meaning oppression, time, countdown, schedule, and repetition. We live and die quite literally by time. It rules our actions, for we have no actions without it. We struggle to accomplish what we must by a certain time, or we face grim consequences. We eat, sleep, and even breathe measured by the movements of the clock. It is our master, it is our enemy. Tony, your employee, is rubbing 2 sets of his legs together nervously while leaning back on the other set of 4. They did actually say something, but they weren't really talking to me. I think he was just mumbling to himself. I'm just gonna call it him. I don't know if that's the case now that I know it's not you. Sorry.
It was math presenting, that's fine. Yeah.
Yes.
If it was me, it was using he and pronouns. I think that's fair.
Okay. He was saying something. He's gonna be late. He has to get there before midnight. I don't know. Something about time. Needs to go fast.
Tony, I just want you to know this is not your fault. I appreciate you and all the work that you've done here in this bookstore. Do not feel like this was your fault, okay? We will take care of this, and anything is appreciated. All of your information. So,
Tony, I
Thank
want
you.
you to know that this is partially your fault. You should have been much more vigilant. I will forgive you eventually, but I'm going to get my home back first, and then I'm probably going to smack you with it. Lightly, but just so
That's
you
fair.
have a reminder.
That's fair.
also, violence is not the answer.
Especially against service workers.
It is an answer.
If you actually hurt me, I'll send my cousins to haunt. in your
M's
house.
answer was just to get caffeine.
Can you blame her though?
No.
Yeah. No, not at all.
But when at your lovely declaration, Davian, 3 of the arms like lift up and all like place their hands on your shoulders, like thank you.
I give him a big hug. We've been friends for years.
This
yeah.
is so cute.
So-
I love
It's
him.
okay. It's okay, Tony. I will walk over to because I feel like I might need some more sorcery. So I saunter over to one of my plants, a larger potted plant, and I touch it, and I will use the incantation. The trees glow with its own light. You touch an ordinary plant and absorb its life. You add 2 sorcery, but the plant dies. Tony, can you please dispose of the plant and we'll take care of this and we'll get back.
Okay, thank you.
If you could replace it, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
I will do.
Yeah.
And as Tony grabs the plant, M comes back with balancing 4 small cups, 2 in like each hand, hands one of them to Tony, and then hands the other 2 to Davion and Haven. All right, what's the game plan?
I feel like Tony would just be a great book seller. Just so many hands, so much to do.
He does a lot of good. He
so
sells
efficient.
a lot of books on commission. He does a
Yes.
good
As long
job.
as he knows the alphabet.
Right? Ah, goodness.
Okay, so what's
All
the
right.
plan?
Well, I'm unsure of who this doppelganger could be and what their purpose was with my book.
Can I use my searching skill to possibly
Look for clues.
get some clues? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, so you're gonna
Okay.
roll. You're gonna use your searching skill. You can use perception, Bene, to also add to your venture if you would like. I also
Cool.
forgot to mention it earlier, but you can also use hidden knowledge. Hidden knowledge is basically any random bullshit information you can pull out of your ass to decrease your venture by another 1. So for as an example that I like to use that I've stolen from the book, if you're trying to pick a lock, you know that this lock specifically, and there's a ticklish spot behind behind it that'll make it easier to pick. So whatever you want, if you want to decrease the number again.
Tickle and pick.
Tickle it.
Tickle and pick.
Tickle them tumblers.
Tickle the tumblers. Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will use my hidden knowledge. I have a skill of 1 in
Searching.
and then I will also use a. Do they stack?
Yeah. So you have 1 from your skill, 1 from your hidden knowledge. What we're on? We're on the
And
tyrannical
perception.
clock. You can use. Yeah, you can also use perception if you would like.
Okay.
You're an empath, so this card does not apply to you. So, are you using
Right.
a perception?
Yeah, I'm going to use a perception, my searching, and then a hidden knowledge also. And I got an 8 on the die.
Okay, never mind. You didn't need my help because I was also going to help, but because I also have a skill in searching. Okay. I have pulled another card to see what you find. Oh, I have to go all the way back up to the top of the alphabet, from tyrannical to assassin.
We need to find this. We need to find his home.
Okay, so
Stacking.
invisible. On the Invisible Sun, I have played the assassin card, value of 8, mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone. Finesse, stealth, betrayal, finality. Subtlety is the assassin's greatest tool. Anyone can kill, but he does it so deftly and so quickly that even the victim doesn't realize they're dead until the assassin is long gone. He often poses as someone harmless or even friendly because betrayal is subtlety's closest sibling. The assassin is the adept of mysteries. His knowledge of the secrets of death is limitless, and his use of skill and finesse would be a thing of beauty if he used them for anything other than murder. But he does not. I have an idea, Derek, but I don't want to encroach on your PC backstory or anything. So
Please.
I'd like to pitch it to you.
Certainly.
My first idea is that this is someone you know who has stolen your book to kill someone and frame you. And I feel like Davion has found something that belongs to this individual that reveals who they are.
That only Ulysses would know.
Yes. What do you think?
I like that. I especially like this being another Goetic, considering that it's not the most like firmly tied together branch of Vizsla.
It is very tied together.
Well,
In terms of organization, you might be working against each other, but it is a very organized. People know each other.
I apologize.
But like
I
inner
interpret it more
politics.
as competitive.
It is,
maybe-
yes.
Right.
It can be very competitive.
More cutthroat. They are organized, but more cutthroat
They
than
can
like the
be, yeah.
apostates who are all just doing their own thing, or
They're
the
literally
weavers who are all
It's a mess.
I don't like you talking like that about me.
Apostates are
You live in my
apostates
bookstore.
Apostates are
literally just
rebels. It's,
fuck the
No,
orders.
it's-
yeah, I think one of the literal lines in the book is like, "Oh,
Right.
you could be like a maker and create great things, or a weaver and use imagination." It's like, fuck that. An apostate then. I mean, it's
Yeah, basically.
I don't
Yeah.
want to fit into your box. Yeah.
Exactly.
um
So what
So,
does
yes.
Davion find?
I would say I think he finds probably a pocket watch that was left, but especially tying into the concept of time, from one of the previous cards. I think that this is probably something that was within of a shadow memento that was left here in the spurs they were grabbing this book. And I think this was left by a gentleman named James Blake, who is a fellow Goetic and isn't as fond of Ulysses' way of like taking in spirits. He's much more one to use them and let them go at that point, or use them to the point that they are unusable. He is much more what do I want to say? Not necessarily abusive, but single-minded in his way of summoning. It's more of a servitude sort of thing.
Very
And-
contractual. Do what I want you to do. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, again, I mean, it could be demons, it could be angels, but they are just, they're just playthings. They're
Means
all
to an
pawns.
end.
Exactly.
Mm.
And if he is looking to off somebody, then that means he is looking to move up in the order. He could perhaps be going after another Goetic. He could perhaps be, I should probably be doing this in character. He could possibly be going after another Goetic. He could possibly just be trying to frame me, since I am his direct competition in the tournament bracket that is the Goetic Order.
What if we were not supposed to find this book until after he had framed you and put the body in the book in your home, so they could
Indeed.
find it there? And maybe we found it in between the time frame in which he was trying to do such.
What this is telling me is we need to find him
Immediately.
immediately. Exactly. Let's see. I do have. Please, Mayor.
I was just gonna say, how?
Let's see. I do have my last ephemera. I'm not sure if it necessarily could work like this, but it's the Eye of the Spider. A great 80s song. Loved it in Rocky. You can see your mind's eye a location up to 100 miles, 160 kilometers away that you are at least passably familiar with, or a location that someone you know currently occupies. So that is somebody that I know. I can see the location that he currently occupies. You can view but not hear this location. So with that in mind, he is going to take...
Wait.
Yes.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to try and hurt him somewhere? Because I know I can send him a message.
My concern is if we try to hurt him somewhere, he is going to enact his foul deed regardless, and then just meet us after the point. I would like to know where he is in the first place, and perhaps send a message from there. I'm not sure knowing his location after that point would be any more or less helpful.
Okay.
So Ulysses will pull out a vial that has soaked in alcohol spider eye, and then he's going to snatch the espresso from the from the spider.
Well, he left, but like I'll hand you mine.
Okay, all right. And then he'll
I did a double shot in mine.
Yeah. And he will chug an alcohol-soaked espresso drink. Alcohol-soaked spider eye espresso drink. Coming to Starbucks near you. And he will try to envision where Mr. Blake happens to be at that point in time.
All right. I'll pull a card for this.
Please.
I have pulled on the Silver Sun. We're back to the start. Also by the way, a card that's on the Invisible Sun, if someone can make note of this, is the Assassin, which means it duplicates the effects of the last card until another card is pulled on the Invisible Sun. So someone just note that invisible magic is enhanced for a while.
Nice.
I have pulled the Relentless Rumor, value of 3 Secrets, Ravens, Books, and Flame, endless half-truths, incessant drives, and ruthlessness. There is never a real truth in whispered rumors. Searching for authenticity amid the clandestine, furtive words of a rumor is a fruitless task, and yet we still try, we listen. Despite the lack of complex veracity, though, this rumor is relentless. It cannot die, and a living rumor is one not just told and told again, but believed and believed again. Addiction and relentless drives are a part of this. Needs and compulsions are strong motivators, and they never stop pushing. So Secrets, Ravens, Books, and Flame. I will say that you see them heading to another library called the Malevich Library. It's another library in Fartown that have a large variety of books, wide variety of books in that direction.
The Malevich Library. He's heading there for whatever reason. I'll ask this Baron, kind of just throwing it at you since you kind of set it up. Is he still look like me?
No.
Okay. He has dropped my form, so should be slightly easier to find. He's a little bit shorter than me, Caucasian male, has slicked back streaks of silver in his hair, currently sporting chicken feet of some sort, which is rather gauche to me, but perhaps by accident. Otherwise, looks like a dick, if that, not literally. I do realize I have to specify that. But yes, the Malevich Library, if we could all
hurry,
please. And yes, Em, if you did want to send a message to him, trying to perhaps set up a meeting within the Malevich Library and let him know that we are there.
Or do you want to try and catch him? Because I
would
have
prefer
an idea.
This, like a surprise?
I'm all open to ideas.
I kind of like move back a little bit and just kind of catch you one-on-one. Do you want me to hold him and retain him until a later date? And I kind of like holds up my arm a bit and like tap the bird cage.
I see. Yes, in fact, I would that would solve a lot of our problems right away.
Okay. All right. Haven, Davion, Ulysses, what's the game plan? Are we gonna try and catch, like, sneak up on him, or
I believe the element of surprise would be a good idea here. Giving him, we wouldn't want him to leave if he was there at the library. This is one of my competitors. We need to get over there post haste, I believe.
it's general knowledge stuff. It's if you have specific stuff, it's
Yeah.
let me put it this way: it's more of a library and not a store.
Yeah.
None of the books are allowed to be removed, so
Oh, okay.
you're fine.
I might find something of interest to devour myself. Let's go. Let's do this.
Maybe after we track down Ulysses's, priorities. Maybe
Priorities, indeed.
Mhm,
Yes.
Right.
mhm.
he just gets so cranky, I guess, without it. No.
Okay.
Shots
say
fired. All right.
Are we gonna say something, Haven?
No, I think that was probably it. Haven is sobered up a little bit, and I am ready to depart, I suppose.
I think we're following Ulysses' lead here.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I would assume that everyone's at least somewhat familiar with the Malevich Library from
Yeah.
from
Oh,
where you
yeah, it's
described it, but
It's a common library in the
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock back
Yeah.
my
Um,
coffee and then be ready.
Yeah.
and yeah, otherwise he is moving as quickly as he can in what is otherwise a 1920s suit, which are not the most mobile or flexible of
Right.
No,
clothing.
absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, a lot of
Full on wool.
going into
Yeah. Yes.
a lot of wool and unyielding leather on the feet. Yeah, it's a good look.
I feel like you would have left. Ulysses would have left as soon as he found this out, and we're just like having a conversation. Look over our shoulder, and Ulysses is gone.
We're walking and talking.
Oh, let's
Speed walking and
go.
talking.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
How do you want to handle this?
I would like to quietly, especially because of recent events have shown that if we try to catch up to somebody, it's a kind of a continuous sort of thing. I would like to catch him in the act, not necessarily in the act, but at least where he cannot run. I would like to surround him if possible, stop his movement, get my home back, and then whatever happens from there, perhaps we could discuss.
Okay. We all sneak in. If you can get me a clear shot, I'll try and restrain him.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
All right, everybody. As we approach the Malevich Library, the rustling of autumn leaves on the trees that never seem to deplete and become bare just echoes across the night of Fartown. As we reach the Malevich Library, which is a pretty just simple library. You've all been here before. It's a small entry fee to come in. It's not a lot. It's negligible, and you can learn what you want here, and you can read, but you can't take any books out, unfortunately. Sometimes the marble statue moves and talks, but tonight it seems quiet and still. I think if we're sneaking and trying to get in here, this will be a sneaking task. So this will be a movement-based task to sneak in and such. So
I have a point in stealth, and I will use Bene, my last, for movement.
So, the challenge is going to be 8, because I pulled the assassin card for this individual. What was his name again, Derek?
James Blake.
Yes.
James Blake. Since I pulled the assassin card, which is a value 8, the level of this character is 8, meaning you need to pass an 8. I'll let everyone else go first. I have a little bit more mechanics on mine, so.
Yeah, I'm definitely using a bene for that then.
Same.
Did anyone else want to use hidden knowledge or sortilege?
Ooh, hidden knowledge.
I'll use sortilege also.
Sortilege is basically you pulling at the raw threads of magic to use magic to improve your chances of success, so you'll roll a second die. So you just gotta tell me how you use magic to increase your odds.
As we're moving towards the
Library.
the area in which he's
Yeah.
in the library, right? I'm going to touch a couple books and let the letters flow through my body into the words, utilizing other books as kind of eyes to see where he might be. And so these eyes from the spine of the books are popping in eyeballs from other sides as I touch books as I go down. And so that's all I'll use it.
So you can roll 2 dice. Make sure you keep note of which one is your magic die. And you're using movement and hidden. You're saying you said you're using movement and hidden knowledge.
Correct. Movement and sortilege.
Okay. That means you need to
roll. And
roll.
I have 1 in stealth.
So you need to roll at least a 6 on one of the dice.
Okay. So that's my magic die. That is a 9 on my magic die and a 2 on my regular die. So thank goodness for that.
That means you have succeeded. Haven.
I would also like to add sortilege if I may.
Perfect. How are you magicking?
I think, keeping in theme with I'm hoping this doesn't cost the sorcery, but I think weaving together sort of a not an invisibility cloak, but a little vision of, if something detects me, they're reminded of something else more beautiful and kind of get distracted.
Okay.
And that I kind of, weaving together maybe with sloth to make them less aware or less eager to act on their...
Do you want to weave, or do you want to roll a stealth check with sortilege?
I would like to roll a stealth check with sortilege, but
okay.
I imagine like any of her magic, she's kind of... It's still...
You don't have to weave if you don't want to for sortilege.
I think just like so vibe-wise, it's still going to be
Yeah, perfect. So are you using movement or hidden knowledge?
Movement.
Okay.
8 and a 2.
So you succeed. And Ulysses?
I think I'm going to do sortilege instead of movement.
You use sortilege in addition to movement.
In addition to movement. Okay, well, I'm going to use, a sortilege point. Yes.
You'll roll an extra die, which is a magic die.
Cool. So what he's doing, he is, I'm essentially going to channel this through his ability to speak with spirits. He has like feral animalistic nature spirit that takes residence within him. He's going to channel that and try to pick up James Blake's scent and try to like track him through that, so you can almost like see the scent waves as they're moving through, and basically try to Wolverine him.
You using a movement bene, or are you using hidden knowledge?
I was going to use a sortilege bene.
You can do both if you wanted to.
I already have. Well, we're gonna do. I will do both.
Okay, so your hidden knowledge is any knowledge you can pull out of your ass that will give you a bonus.
Okay. I'm going to say that, especially noting Blake's scent, he uses a horrific cologne, eau de tequet, which is like literally he wears the scent of death. It's offensive as hell.
Smells like my job.
Yeah.
Smells like my
and
hair.
that
I
that
work in the
especially,
pale
like,
embassy.
like he knows how to differentiate between like the smell of books and then this individual, and kind of separate out what is otherwise a very scent heavy environment. He does not have the weird thing where when you walk into a bookstore you have to poop, so but he does pick up that scent.
That is a real thing, Michael.
It is a real thing.
I worked in bookstores for years. Like,
same.
yeah.
And it
sorry.
turns out.
Sorry.
Yeah, I never had that, but
I've never had that.
All right, so you need to roll at least a 6 on one of your die.
Okay, it's the Mariko Aoki phenomenon, if you want to look it up. Okay, rolled a
You
3 and a
become
9.
immune after like working there for
Wait,
something
what
like
did,
that.
what did you roll, Derek?
A 3 and a 9.
Okay. You also succeed. Now it's just my turn. I am also going to use a movement bene, and I'm also going to use a hidden knowledge. My hidden knowledge is I know the creakiest fucking. I know all of the creaky floorboards in here and everything. I'm just avoiding them. I have slept in here before and I could not get caught. I am also going to use a sortilege as well, and for this looks like I'm forcing my quirk to work early. My quirk that I chose, which is just like a Visley thing. At midnight each night, I cease to exist for 4 seconds. So I'm just kind of making that. I'm trying to force that early. So if he sees me, I'm just not there.
Nice.
So for 4 seconds, every night at midnight, y'all forget about me, that I even exist.
So good.
So good.
All right, let's see. Okay, I succeeded. I got a 7 and a 0. Fuck no, though. Oh no. I rolled a 0 on the magic die, which means I trigger Flux. Flux is a magical mishap.
Okay.
Oh.
Shit. Okay, I think what happens is, hold on. Let me see what my, there's a lot of options in here. I'm sorry. There's so many good. I think, okay, so what happens is right now, which I think is a benefit to everybody, is all the lights and flames nearby go out.
No complaints?
Y'all feel this magical, like, hum in the air before it's dark. Continue on.
Then.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm in position. I'm going into position. Bye.
Okay.
Who would like to play James?
Sure. I will play my own adversary.
Oh, you don't have to.
Are you going to have a conversation with him? You can't have a conversation with him.
I can be snarky to myself.
I will allow it if someone else plays Ulysses.
Oh. I'll play James.
Okay. All right.
So I feel like James would be slinking around. He seems like a slinker, if you will, kind of shuffling through specific books.
Yeah, I want to catch him at like two ends of a bookshelf. So like motion to Haven to meet him at one end. Or even like at a 4 point if there's like a cross point.
Oh,
and
right.
have like literally there's nowhere left to go. There's Davian at one point, there's Ulysses at another, there's Haven, there's Maria.
Can it be like just like 2 and 2, because I want to be on top of the bookshelf.
Yeah, 100%, sure.
I have good news. Haven is going to take this opportunity to slough off the suit jacket, and it's just like the sleeveless vest and like shirt underneath, and jacked because it has to be.
Of course.
Em is just reminded of her crush on Haven.
Okay.
Yes, we all are.
Everyone is just like, oh yeah.
That's
I
right.
forgot the
And
muscle mommy.
they're-
Yeah.
They're holding their cane up a little, and nods.
Everyone's very jealous of the library because it's the only thing that Haven is stepping on at that moment.
Okay. He'll nod. You know, ready.
Achievement unlocked. Yes.
Anyway, he's slinking around.
As the lights go off. Hello, who is there? What is going on? Librarian.
I want to catch him at the far end and be like, James,
Oh,
you know better than to yell in libraries.
Ulysses, what are you doing here?
I will take my book back, please.
What book are you talking about?
I literally have something that's called see-through deception.
Oh,
I mean, it's a skill, so I'm happy to
Yeah.
roll on or whatever. But
is that an opposed roll? I don't know.
Let's just roleplay this out since
Yeah.
roleplay it.
Yeah. James,
Whatever do you mean?
I would say that you're better than this, but we both know that that's not true. You honestly had the audacity to take on the visage of someone better than you and try to ruin his reputation. It is the lowest thing a poet can do.
Ulysses, you are the only one that believes that you are better than anyone within our order.
And yet I am one of many, so I do have more than one vote, as you can see. I will be taking my home back now, and if you refuse, I can't guarantee your safety from that point forward.
Well then, show me your best, sir.
Very well then. And he will, I guess,
This is such a
motion
gentleman's
It's the way it should be.
Let us duel like gentlemen, sir.
He will motion to M, I guess, perched on the top of a bookshelf.
My legs are just dangling off the side. Technically, I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do this now that I'm ringing it over, but this is for funsies. Let's break rules.
We love that.
Absolutely.
We're gonna roll. Technically, I have to. The level of the effect has to be above the level of the creature, but like we're gonna roll anyway and make sure this works. I'll read it later. This is gonna be cool if I succeed. Okay, so I'm gonna roll to see if this works first. So I have to roll a couple dice for to see if this succeeds against him, which is a level, as I said, 8. And I succeed because I have used all of my sorcery to bump up the level of this effect. So basically what happens is I bark out a couple of just sharp Vizsla spellcasting words. And what happens to James is he suddenly, like from the, like whatever is closest to me, so it'll probably be his head, is just kind of like sucked up in a vacuum and it turns to like tattoo ink. And all of a sudden, like he shows up in the bird cage on my arm. I'll hop
Did
down.
you suck up the book?
I tried not to, so hopefully it'll just,
Okay.
it just like fell onto the ground.
Okay, sure.
Like everything that he's holding is just do.
Yeah. So like I hop down off the bookcase and like on my forearm in the bird cage, you see this slimy man with chicken feet in my tattoo.
Haven had dropped
He's shaking the bars on the tattoo is moving.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
At this like conclusion of this gentlemanly conversation, Haven had slid the base of her cane off and dropped it on the floor and is left holding her sword cane at now the empty space where James was, just now sort of looking around. Did you get him?
Oh, Haven.
If Maria is pointing to the tattoo,
Okay. Gross.
just to use the one spell I took since we're getting close to the end here, if I can do this, I want to cast Egoist's Dream, which is to curse a nearby being to see all other beings as having their face. So basically, he just sees like through the tattoo.
You gotta roll
prison.
for that. You gotta roll for that.
Yeah, sure.
How many die is it? I feel like it's a +1 die, right?
It is a +1 die.
Yeah. So roll 3. I think roll 3
die. Okay. Let's
But
see.
not 2. There's 2 magic.
That's a 9. That's a 1.
You
That's an
succeed.
8. Okay. Then he would just see his own face on everyone else looking down at him trapped in this tattoo. Just, oh, James, your disappointment even to yourself.
He can try. Magic is variable. They kind of get really active when the sun rises, so he may or may not bust out in the morning. So we should figure out what we're doing quick. Or at least where we're going to hold him if he busts out, you know?
I'm not particularly worried. Let him attempt to escape. I will be more careful with this book, and I will report him to the appropriate Superior Goetics come dawn.
Perfect.
Ulysses! You hear him from there.
No, you can't hear him. You can't hear him. I
His
actually
mouth soundlessly
don't.
moving.
I don't
Yes.
like how he looks on my arm. So, and then like he disappears, like visually.
Oh,
I thought you were
still
going to
there.
draw on him.
Oh,
He's still there. I just don't like how he looks on my arm, so you can't see.
It's very unsettling.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So
understandable.
it just looks like an empty bird cage again.
Understandable decision.
All right. I think it's time for bed, at least for you 3. Where am I
Are
crashing?
you not tired after all of that?
Oh no, I'm fucking exhausted.
Well, but she can't go to sleep with that guy on her arm if...
I just can't fall
No.
asleep. I can lay in bed all night and not go to sleep.
is this a magical effect?
No, I've tried.
It's a curse.
Someone stole my sleep. At least that's
So we should go find that someone and get your
motherfucker.
sleep back.
That
We need
feels
to get
like a task for tomorrow's night of
Yes.
drinking.
yes, I agree.
Well, it's just the same for M, but for us, it will be tomorrow.
All right.
And
Shall
can
we
I-
then?
Heaven,
Yes.
Haven, can I crash at your place?
Absolutely.
Thank you. And we go to
Enough books for the day.
sleep. I don't need any more books. All right. I think that concludes a totally normal day in Satyrine, our experimental one-shot.
I think it does. I think that was
Yay.
a good
Ulysses,
experiment.
can I have some nuts? I'm hungry.
Uh,
He reaches into his pocket.
My blood sugar.
and we'll find
Ulysses.
nothing there.
I know that this is a one-shot, but let's do it what we do for Invisible Sun anyway to see if we get a joy or despair. And just maybe keep track for later, just in case we do this again. So we're going to go around. Everyone's going to say, "Hey," we'll do sign-offs and whether you think you got a joy or despair this session, etc., etc. Who would like to go first?
I will happily go first. I guess a little bit of both, right? Like started out with despair, but ended up solving that. So I think a joy in the end. My particular problem was solved, thanks to the help of my rather couth friends. So yeah, I think that's a joy for Ulysses.
You want to do the sign-offs too? We'll get it all out of the way.
Let's save sign-offs for after this,
Okay,
because
perfect.
I'll do channel news and all that, which takes
Okay, cool.
a second. Yeah.
I'll do myself super quick. Oh gosh, nothing particularly positive or negative happened to me, but like I still feel like I'm miserable. So I'm gonna say I get a despair.
Is it always
Right.
one or the other?
Yes, it's always one or the other.
Okay. I think Haven's, I think, probably at a net positive in terms of this was a beautiful evening with their friends and everything worked out. And, you know, there's a certain joy in, that wasn't the word I was looking for, but a certain enjoyment to be taken from the beauty of a plan all coming together. Two plans, really. So I would argue for a joy for Haven.
And
For Davion, I believe at first he had joy in, possibly getting a new customer, but finds despair in the fact that his place is now targeted, and he had lost Ulysses' home. And as much as he tried to console Tony, I think he's taken on that despair himself instead of, allowing Tony to dwell on that pain.
Go back to your
I'm the
mansion
owner.
and
I'll
cry.
take it. What's that?
Go back to your mansion and cry.
I shall.
Then we can do sign-offs. Since we're at you, Mikyl.
Oh yeah, hey fam, thanks for sticking around, and thank you to Mare for setting this up. This is great. This is my first time playing, and I fell in love with a new system. Yay! So this has been a lot of fun for me. So you can find me at Mikyl Sandoval on Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. I do some art there for the channel. I play right here on Horizon's Call. I play a Triton, which is amazing, and his name is Proximus. Thanks, y'all.
Eva.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Eva. You can find me at the Eva Sari on Twitter and probably a bunch of other places. We have a lot of things coming down the pipeline. Dirk, do you just want me to do them, or
I will take care of them.
okay? And yeah, more in the works after that. So I think that's pretty much it for me. I had a blast tonight.
That leaves me. Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. Like everyone else on this cast, because this is our normal time slot for Horizon's Call, you can find me here every Saturday at 6 p.m. playing your lovely Centaur Rogue Druid, Acacia. On Thursdays here, you can find me running another game of Invisible Sun called Fraying Threads, which is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We have had 2 sessions. We should be coming back this upcoming Thursday, which we'll be playing on my birthday. Let's go. And last but not least, the official announcement will be tomorrow so keep an eye on the Neon Lights Roleplay Twitter, but my cast will be announced for my upcoming Printweaver game over on that channel. It'll be starting in about 2 weeks on March 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Neon Lights Roleplay. That's all I got.
Fantastic. And that leaves me. Hi, everybody. I'm Derek Sword. I have not been your GM for this game, but it was a player. Again, a special thank you to Mare for facilitating all of this, for handling rules for people who had never played before, and trusting in kind of experimental thing. I think it worked. I think this was a lot of fun.
I think it worked too.
I think this was great. Absolutely loved all of this. Some stuff looking at the calendar for Sword and Key. I think Eva literally just posted all this on my Discord. So tomorrow, Sunday, 3:15. That's the date, not the time. But at 10 a.m. Pacific, we have another Sword and Tea. Sword and Tea, if you are not familiar, is a periodic show that we like to put on where we chat with independent creators about the things that they independently create. Sometimes we talk about more mainstream stuff, but it's typically about modules, games, add-ons, all the kind of TTRPG stuff. Tomorrow, I will be sitting down with Val, who has been on the channel before, to talk about his Beast Within. It's a Therianthrope, which is the proper name for lycanthropes of various different types, but a Therianthrope game that I'm very excited to chat. So check that out. We will be, looking for questions in our Discord. We've been looking for questions in chat, so it'd be great to have you there. Well, I should actually look at the actual calendar here. Here we go. As Mayor said, Thursday, the 16th, we have Fraying Threads at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. At 3 p.m. next week from today, Horizon's Call returns, and then the week following that is the Scarlet prequel. So you can definitely look forward to that. That's the same time that we played this, 3 p.m. Pacific. And then we also have a special one-shot on the 19th. We will be featuring Prisoner 13, which is from the new D&D book, Keys from the Golden Vault, and I believe that's what it's called. Yes, it is. And we will have somebody who's never played, or they played very little D&D, along with some other familiar faces on the channel as well, so we'll be featuring that. On the 22nd, we have another Sword and Tea, where I'll be sitting down with Ro to talk about her new game, Play Ball. Which is a TTRPG, I think somewhat JRPG baseball themed game, which again, very exciting. So again, same thing with that. That's 12 p.m. on a Wednesday. So definitely check that out and throw any questions you might have at us beforehand. I think that's all we have. Again, Fraying Threads is every Thursday. Horizon's Call happening every Saturday with the Scarlet prequel in 2 weeks. To keep track of all of that, check out our Twitter. It's Sword and Key with the words separated by underscores. You can use that for most social media, but Twitter is one of the best places. Join our Discord. You can find the link actually on our Twitter. And yeah, stay posted. We got plenty of stuff. If you want to find me, I'm dsword16 on Twitter, but I would much prefer you follow the Sword and Key account because that's where all the stuff is happening. I think with all that, we are going to raid D&D Jordan Lee. And that's it. Again, thank you to Mare. Invisible Sun's a great game. Check it out. We will see you all next week when we're back with Horizon's Call. I have no sign-off for this, so stay surreal and spooky. Spiders are friends.